we shouldn't have to say that we're doing something wrong and that's why we're being tracked. This is the United States. It just seems like a violation of your Fourth Amendment.
I wouldn't like it because it looks like somebody's spying on you. There should be a cap on everything. I mean, I think your privacy is your privacy.
The surveillance stuff needs to go.
All right, guys, flock cameras. I guess I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about this because I can see both sides of it. I can kind of understand the security part of it. It's basically it's a camera with AI in it. It reads the license plate, and then police and some private companies can go into this database and search that. Alicia, I guess the problem is on not even just the private companies, but like in Florida and Georgia, there have been officers accused of like using it to spy on their exes and stuff like that. Yeah. It's just another layer of kind of Big Brother tracking your movements without your, I guess, consent.
Yes, and I can see why some people see it that way. I think, on the other side because I'm more of a harden the target type of person. And I say that because when I think about things like school shooting. There was a shooting at my kid's school. I wish we would have had an armed police officer or someone like that in our school at the time. If someone is going to come into my neighborhood and break into cars, break into homes, attack people there, I would like to harden the target by having the license plate being able to get picked up. But I understand that there are people out there who are very uncomfortable, and it doesn't help when you have members of law enforcement doing it. It doesn't help when they're using it to stalk people. It also doesn't help that some of these flock cameras have misidentified people. Yeah. There was a guy who got stuck in his car, and the cops came for him, and because the system just kept showing his car, his Range Rover in it, and they had the wrong guy. So I know that there are mistakes that have been made, and that it is concerning. I think they continue to need to work on this, but I also, I am concerned about the target.
Yeah, Tommy, I guess everything I've seen come up, like, those are things that happened anyway. Like, just a couple of weeks ago, we reported on someone being misidentified because of the color of the car and wasn't just a license plate. There are always going to be dirty cops. You got to try to weed them out. And I don't know if these are dirty cops or just, I don't know. I didn't read the whole story. It's just one of the things that people put out there that these are some of the problems with it. But I like how Flock has responded. So the retention of the footage went from 30 days to 7 days. They also put into the program something called a mandatory misuse detection. So you've got to use a case number to go in and look up a license plate. You can't just look up any license plate you want to. So it seems like there might be a path to kind of shoring this up. But at the same time, I understand completely another set of eyes that I didn't consent to watching me as I go.
Yeah, just like anything, it's going to be used and abused, right? Yeah. It would be nice if we could just use them in a way to solve crimes and for necessary surveillance to help us identify assailants. That would be great. But there are going to be people who are going to abuse it, just like everything else. And I think that the flock camera discussion goes hand in hand with the AI and the data centers. I think that the people that are mad at the flock cameras are also mad about the data centers and the AI, and they group them all together because it just feels like big tech is watching us at all times and using and abusing us, right? Yeah. I will say to the people that were talking about this Halloween endeavor and posting it on TikTok, that's rich. Guess what else is watching you all the time? TikTok. Yeah. So, I mean, don't watch us as I'm on TikTok. It's something.
Tommy got into it, but that's what I was going to come to you. Is like, are these same people turning their location off? Yeah. Have they abandoned Amazon? Yeah. Are they on social media? And I love that the guy said, we're all going to dress up a certain way. It's like, really? Really? I mean, that didn't make a lot of sense.
But not him, though, because he was busy.
He's going to be mysteriously unavailable. Yeah. He might be the smart one. He might be the
Seriously. Like the dude, you don't need a flock camera to solve this caper. I think we've got the guy on camera. But it is the biggest gray area that it's such a debate between privacy and safety. It's a debate that we've been having in this country forever. It's going to get even crazier as AI gets better. And I just think a lot of people, too, it all started with cameras, definitely with the speed cameras, right? Because you'd have some local governments needed to plug a budget hole so that 4-lane highway drops down to 25 and they're making money like crazy. But on the other hand, you got guys who are, blowing through your neighborhood at 100 miles an hour. Like, you want to get that guy, too. So I think it depends on how the government uses it. If it's a helpful public safety tool, it's the overreach that people don't feel great.
Yeah, I wonder, and we'll leave it here, but I wonder if people are getting distracted by, like, the data centers and not paying enough attention to how they're being used. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, I think they're an economic powerhouse that's going to bully their way in either way. this might be the way they really affect our lives in potentially a negative way. Maybe not. I tend to agree with the safety and security side of it because I'm not turning my location off, and I am using all these other apps, so I feel like a hypocrite even complaining.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.